Hey guys, it's day 4 of summer camp. Today we're going to build a fan-propelled car. The tools that we're going to need for this job are going to be a hot glue gun, something to write with, cardboard material, and a razor knife or scissors. So first, let's open the box and let's see what we got. Alright, so these are going to be the parts that we are going to be using. We have our fan motor here, fan holder, we have 2 axles, 4 tires, a on-off switch. This is going to be your battery pack equipped with a safety switch, as well as the fan blade itself. These are going to be all of the necessary materials along with the cardboard that are going to get this project done. The first thing to start off is we need a good foundation. So what we're going to do is we're going to put just one axle together so we can figure out the width of our car. And then once we know the width, we're going to get our cardboard. Now I've already made this, but what you're going to do is get a piece of cardboard to your desired width of your axle. We're just going to use the whole length of the axle here and cut out how long you want the car. This can change however you like, as long as there's enough room for the electronics, and as wide as you want. Now remember, if you have it narrow here, that the axle will try to move around. So we're going to go ahead and we assembled one tire so we know our width. We cut our nice square, and then what we're going to do here is, once we have this base cut, if you look at the cardboard, when you go, I believe this is called corrugated. If you look at the cardboard, you want to cut it long ways because we're going to slide our axle through like that, like this. So we're going to slide the axle through like that and put it on the other side. So that's going to be how our axles spin. Again, for the back, we can go ahead and put the back together. And so, again, it's going to be long ways there. It's going to slide right in between the cardboard to hold our axle and our wheels. Make sure those are all the way on. So now we have the chassis. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and mount. Now this is going to be pre-wired. Let's go ahead and mount the motor. You're going to put this in here sideways like that and turn it so it's got a nice firm grip on this motor here. And we're going to mount this towards the back of the car. Now go ahead and put your fan motor on so that you know the distance that it needs to be so it does not interfere with the back of the car. So that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and get our hot glue gun ready. It's already made a little mess. So let's go, looks about the middle. We're gonna go ahead and get our hot glue. There. Squish. All right. Looks pretty centered. Squish that in, let that dry. Now, let's go ahead and mount our battery pack. So there, that looks pretty good there. You can also make some marks if you like. Say if you want to measure it. So kind of see where this is going to mount. Alright, and that's going to be energy that's going to propel this motor. We also have the little switch here, which I'm going to mount on the side. Actually, before I mount that, let's go ahead and solder everything in place. Again, this is all going to be pre-soldered, so you shouldn't have to worry about this, but if you want to change anything about it, we're going to show how I solder that. All right, we got our car all soldered up. And so before that we put any batteries, make sure that you have your switch glued in place. So this is the step that we left off because everything will be already wired. And I'm going to place my switch. You can put your switch wherever you like. I'm going to place my switch just right here. Careful, it is hot. Alright, so our switch is going to be right there on the side. And while I'm letting this set up, you can also use your box as the car as well. So this cardboard is actually lighter than the cardboard I use and will probably work a lot better. Look at that. Alright, so what we're going to do now is our car is pretty much complete, but I'm going to add some final touches to it. I went ahead and cut a little shape of a car, and I'm going to go ahead and cut it out of this box here. And then I think I'm going to try to glue these on the side just like that. So I'm going to take this box that I have that's extra, and I'm going to trace this out. Let's see here. So go ahead and what you'll do is I already cut one out. We'll go ahead and you can do a paper template before you draw it on the cardboard box. So that'll be one side. Let's think of a good. Let's see here. You do one side right here. So one thing you can do just to keep everything nice and tidy is get all these wires grouped together. You can put a piece of tape, duct tape, electrical tape. I got the hot glue gun out already, so just carefully kind of glue everything together right there. Right, now, where'd it go? We have two sides of the car, and I'm going to put one over here. I think this switch should probably hold it up real nice. Cut that out a little more. There we go. All right. So once we get our car sides on, if you want to do that, make sure to glue them in place. Make sure they're not hitting the wheel. And then we can go ahead and add some hot glue. Here, just a couple spots. Or the whole thing. Remember, the heavier this thing is, slower it's gonna go. So alright, and we're all finished with our car. So what we're going to do here before we start it up, go ahead and put your batteries in now. We can do make sure that the switch is on off, which it is right here. So this is just a safety, and then we can, there it goes. Needs a little help to get going, but once it goes, just like a turbo, it keeps going. Alright, we're all done with our project. Now, the reason we use the Brian Tooley Racing Box is that there are our partners that are sponsoring the award for this car. So make sure to come up with the best design you possibly can, the best colors, because we want you to win that award. It's hot in here. It feels good.